Hello GDG eFootball community. Today, I'll be teaching you how to use all the dribbling skills in eFootball. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Scissor Feint is a dribbling skill that helps players deceive opponents by creating the illusion of moving in one direction while actually going the other way. In this move, the player uses one foot to drag the ball across as if preparing to move in one direction. Immediately after, the player dribbles the ball in the opposite direction with the other foot. This sudden change in direction can catch defenders off guard and creates space for additional attacking opportunities. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. Tutorial Type 3. The double touch skill is an excellent maneuver for dodging opponents, allowing players to maintain close control while quickly changing direction. In this move, the player jumps slightly and uses the inside of one foot to make contact with the ball. Immediately after, they pass the ball quickly to the inside of the other foot. This quick, fluid movement not only helps players evade opponents, but also keeps the ball under tight control, making it difficult for defenders to predict the next move. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. Tutorial Type 3. The flip-flap, also known as the Elastico, is a deceptive dribbling move that creates the illusion of moving in one direction, only to quickly change course by hooking the ball back in the opposite direction. This sudden shift in movement often catches defenders off guard, making it difficult for them to react in time. To perform the flip-flap, the player begins by using the outside of their dominant foot to push the ball slightly to one side, making it appear as though they are committing to that direction. However, in a swift motion, the player then uses the inside of the same foot to pull the ball back in the opposite direction. This quick, fluid movement is key to fooling the defender and creating space to continue advancing. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. Marseille Turn is a skill move used to spin and pull the ball away from an opponent. This skill has three main variations. 1. Type 1, 3-touch roulette. In this variation, the player uses the sole of one foot to pull the ball towards them. Then, they use the sole of the other foot to pull the ball in towards their body again while spinning 360 degrees. Finally, the player uses the outside of their foot to push the ball slightly away from their body. This quick change in direction helps the player create space and evade defenders. 2. Type 2, McGeady spin. For this move, the player uses the inside of one foot to pull the ball towards themselves. They then spin and use the outside of the other foot to push the ball away to the side. This technique effectively deceives opponents and allows the player to change direction smoothly. 3. Type 3, spin. The player begins by jumping and using the sole of one foot to press down on the ball. They then spin and use the sole of the other foot to pull the ball along with them. This technique allows for a rapid change in direction while maintaining control of the ball. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. Tutorial Type 3. The Sombrero is a skill used to deceive opponents. The player flicks the ball over their own head, then spins around to retrieve the ball in the opposite direction. This move demonstrates excellent agility and ball control. Sombrero tutorial. Step 1. Select the target you want to pass the ball to. Step 2. Flick the pass button upwards or downwards. Step 3. Slide on the left side to instantly move the player forward and backward. The chop turn, also known as the Ronaldo chop, is a dynamic dribbling skill where the player performs a quick cross-leg motion to cut and redirect the ball. To execute this move, the player uses the inside of one foot to chop the ball sideways while crossing the other leg over the ball. This sudden change in direction helps to deceive defenders and create space for advancing or shifting the play. The chop turn is particularly effective in tight situations and is often used to beat a defender or quickly change the direction of attack. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. The cut behind and turn is a move where the player uses the sole of their dominant foot to drag the ball from in front of them to behind. Then, they perform a quick behind-the-leg cut to move the ball to their non-dominant foot, while turning swiftly to regain control of the ball. This move allows the player to quickly change direction and confuse defenders. Cut behind and turn tutorial. The Scotch Move is a technique where the player quickly moves the ball forward. The player uses the sole of their dominant foot to drag the ball towards the inside of their non-dominant foot, then taps the ball while simultaneously jumping forward. Scotch Move tutorial. The special double touch is a skill exclusive to players who have mastered 3 techniques: double touch, flip-flap, and sole control. Only those with these skills can perform the special double touch with movements distinct from other players. To execute this skill, the player quickly uses the sole of their foot to roll the ball from one foot to the other, and then taps the ball forward to evade the defender. Tutorial Type 1. Tutorial Type 2. Tutorial Type 3. The sole control skill enables the player to use the sole of their foot to step on the ball, allowing for better control when executing feints and quick turns. Sole control tutorial. Pass the ball to another player, then quickly maneuver your player to move in the opposite direction. The sole control skill is a passive skill.